De-radicalization is a cognitive process focused on the extremist ideology someone has embraced. The process is aimed at sowing doubt so that the individual begins to question the extremist ideology, eventually leading to the disavowing of that ideology. Disengagement, on the other hand, is not focused on ideology but refers instead to an individual's separation from an extremist group and environment. Disengagement also aims to reintegrate the individual back into society. De-radicalization and disengagement can be aimed at a variety of people, from long-term extremists to individuals in the early stages of radicalization. But what does it mean in practice? Identifying individuals at risk is challenging because the causes of radicalization vary from case to case. Referrals of an individual to the relevant authorities can be made by frontline staff, local community members, or the general public. To assess a person's vulnerability and what type of intervention would be most suitable, it is crucial that a multi-agency panel from relevant mainstream service providers are involved in the assessment. A set of risk factors need to be considered in order to assess the vulnerability and potential danger an individual might pose to himself and society. These can include emotional and psychological engagement, intent to cause harm, and the capacity to cause harm.
Once the individual has been assessed, an intervention strategy needs to be developed by the multi-agency panel, who should also decide if a specialist interventionist is required. The aim of the intervention process is to reduce the individual's vulnerabilities. These are vulnerabilities to violent radicalization or violent offences. Interventions should be voluntary, and therefore they require the informed consent of the individual involved. And whilst initially they may be hostile or possibly fearful of the process, these concerns must be allayed. It is crucial that the referred individual understands that the interventionists are mainly concerned for their interests. They must gain confidence through this process. After closure, it should be revisited.